So now he co-stars with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in the new holiday comedy Christmas with the Cranks. Here's Dan Aykroyd.
Hello, sweetheart.
You've got some great moves there, Dan.
Yeah, nice to see you. You know, I was at the Star Jones wedding in the choir.
Yeah.
I was up in the choir. They were very upset about that Notre Dame game. Very upset. That's one of the best campuses in America, though.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The Newt Rockney building. And remember Pat O'Brien, only you and I will remember.
Of course.
Win, 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 run, 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 drive, 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 fight, fight, fight.
That's right.
Nobody knows. The young don't know, Regis.
How many times I interviewed Pat O'Brien, who played Newt Rockney in that Newt Rockney All-American movie. And, oh, yeah, sure. And I would say to him every time, Pat, one more time, do it for me. Give me the Newt Rockney pep talk. And he'd break right into it.
Oh, man, what a
word
fine
for word,
actor
line
he
for
was.
line.
Oh, we could go on and on and reminisce. East side, west side, all around. He's a Knickerbocker, this guy, a New Yorker.
Let me just see what the
House of Blues. 11 years old, our company. We're opening in Cleveland, Ohio, November 28th.
Hey,
everybody's
that's great.
invited.
Hey.
How many you got now?
Well, there are 8 nightclubs, and then we have the 20 or so concert sheds that we only have in the summertime. And the radio show, 11 years now on the radio.
You always were a pretty good businessman, weren't you?
I made a lot of mistakes, Regis.
Did you really?
A lot of cash went out the back door to learn how to do it right.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
In failed investments and other...
I was in the toxic waste barrel business for a while. They had everything figured out but the bottom of the thing, you know, it was that kind of thing.
Oh, my
But, you know, it's not so much for the capitalism of it, although I am an entrepreneur and capitalist, and I'm, you know, not a commie. I think it's more for the fun and the music and the fact that everyone has a good time there. And we're also now one of the leading restaurant companies in the nation with a 5-star dining experience at our Foundation Room. And if you haven't tried our Louisiana kitchens, come on in.
No kidding. Boy, this guy's got it going.
Really sounds...
Well, 11 years, you know. People have to like it for us to be around that long.
So now what are your plans for the holidays?
We're going to kind of, like Tim Allen does in this movie, Christmas with the Cranks, we're going to slag the whole traditional Christmas thing. You know, in the movie, he tries to escape Christmas and, of course, Western society and his community. We're very tied into Christmas. We have to conform. You see, he wants to be the nonconformist, and my character in the movie doesn't let him. And I'm very much like that character in the movie, because I believe we should be nice to each other all year round, not only at Christmas time. You know, why do we trot out these goodwill values just then? So I told my family, and Donna and I agreed that we're going to travel for the Christmas time, and there'll be no Game Boys, there'll be no Barbies to get naked.
Wow.
You know, every house with
your
girls.
Your kids are going to resent you.
That's right. You know, that's right.
And so, no toys. And
so where are you going to go?
We're going to go to the Far East, to Thailand. And
no kidding. Christmas in Thailand.
That's right. That's right. Where no one will know us, and
now,
you know, going into the jungle.
Is Christmas a big deal up in Canada when you were growing up as a kid?
You got to know my father. My father's one of the great guys, a lot of wisdom. I come to the Christmas tree when I'm about, I guess I was about 12 years old, one Christmas morning there in the suburbs, much like the movie, and you'll see the clip. I see under the tree there's a Sunbeam electric lawnmower with my name on it. That was my Christmas present. And I looked at that, you know...
He was a practical man.
I said, well, you know, I didn't know. I was puzzled. Why give me this? And then spring came. And those shoots came up in the neighborhood. And people wanted their lawns mowed fast. Next Christmas, I got a hedge clipper. I had so much lawn stuff. And I made a fortune.
The beginning of your entrepreneurial career.
That's correct.
Absolutely. We'll pause. We got Dan ready to come back. Dan Aykroyd. There's one thing about Dan Aykroyd that I didn't know, and perhaps you don't know either. But when Hollywood makes a UFO movie, anything UFO, they go to him.
Well, I've been recently appointed the consultant for World Wide Web MUFON. That's the Mutual UFO Network, World Wide Web UFON.com, and there's footage on there of some of the stuff that we're getting out of California, some objects that
so you believe?
Very credible.
Are you a believer?
54% of the people in the world believe, according to some recent polls, and then many do not. If you're a writer, a director, and you want to access our UFO database, we'll throw open the files on abductions, on...
abductions? You believe in abductions?
Alien abductions.
Well, you know...
Have you ever been abducted? Tell us the truth.
Not me. Only by, you know, just in high school by you know, by bad boys.
What about you, Regis? Were you ever abducted?
No.
Some bad girls abducted me once, yeah.
But you know, we recently lost a woman who was very credible. Her name was Betty Hill, and she was, remember they made that movie with James Earl Jones about the couple, the interracial couple that was taken up?
That's right.
And she died just recently. Her story is very, very credible. And we also lost John Mack, who was killed by a drunk driver. He was the Harvard psychiatrist who began to investigate this as a real, you know, psychological possibility. What I like about it, it's entertaining. And, you know, now the little alien head you see everywhere, it's as big as the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy. It's entered our mythical culture in a very strange way, kind of almost replacing elves and fairies from the turn of the century. So that's really what fascinates me.
I just wish there was some proof positive that these things existed.
You know, I talk to you, next time I come, I'll work with one of your Redditors and I'll bring some footage that should blow your mind.
Really?
Yeah, real stuff.
How do you like that?
Yeah.
I believe.
She believes.
Let's check you for implants.
Wait a minute.
Excuse me?
I bet if you ask somebody in the audience, they've either seen or they've heard of someone who's seen it.
Let's do that right now. How many have seen a UFO?
They won't admit.
That
Who
weird
heard
lady
of somebody that's seen a UFO?
See, she looks like she... See, look, see.
Who's got an uncle that you don't know where he came from? All right. Okay, let's talk about the Cranks. The Cranks?
Well, Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, I get a call from the head of Revolution Studios, Joe Roth, one of the classiest up-and-up guys in the business.
They're really making all the
Just great. Everybody loves working with them, and he's directing his own picture. Tim Allen's in it, Jamie Lee's in it. It was like, oh, wait a minute now. I don't know if I'm going to take this movie. And they wanted me to play the frosty fascist in the film, who's very upset that Tim Allen and his family are not celebrating Christmas, you see, because in suburban America, there's a lot of pressure to make the houses all look nice with lights and Santas and Frosties. And Tim's character, Luther Crank, based on the book by John Grisham, decides very darkly and, you know, with a lot of gravitas there, he decides, no, I'm not buying into this Christmas thing this year. We're going away. And he doesn't decorate his house. And then I come to demand.
That's right, and this is the scene we're going to see. You are outraged about this. Take a look.
This is real life.
Nora Crank, we're here for Frosty.
Hello.
Luther.
Hey, babe.
They're here.
Who?
Vic Fromeyer, Wes Trott, and Ned Becker, and a gang of their kids.
We're here for Frosty.
They want Frosty.
Well, they can't have him.
Nora, please give us Frosty.
Oh, please, Luther.
No!
Listen to you.
You're panicking on the phone in a locked house.
Easy for you to say, miles away in the safety of your office.
Yeah, well...
I am the one dealing with this.
All right. I agree. So maybe it's time that you left the neighborhood. Walk to the garage, get in the car, start it, drive the mall. I'll meet you at O'Leary's.
Vic, she's leaving. Nora?
Oh!
Stop the car, Nora. Stop the car, Nora, please. We just want Frosty. Talk to me, Nora, please. Don't think for a second. Stop.
Merry Christmas!
Notice the restrained performance from the Aykroyd quarter there. Oh, the nuances,
You hold your own, I'll tell you that. It opens Wednesday, November 24th, Christmas with the Cranks. Danny, thank you very much, buddy. Good to see you.
Aw, you're
Dream Team ambush, your makeover next.